Right now, the average family is quietly bleeding over $5,000 every single year without even realizing it. It isn't because of inflation, and it isn't because of bad luck. It's because of three hidden financial traps designed to look completely normal in modern society. While you are working hard, trying to save and invest, these silent leaks are draining your income before it ever reaches your investment account. Most people believe that building wealth requires doubling their salary, landing a massive promotion, or striking it lucky in the stock market. But the reality is much simpler. Before you can fill a bucket with water, you have to plug the giant, hidden holes in the bottom. To understand why this happens, we first have to look at a psychological phenomenon called lifestyle creep. When people earn more money, their spending automatically expands to match their new income. You get a raise, so you trade in your reliable used car for a high monthly payment. You start working longer hours, so you rely on food delivery apps and coffee shops to save 10 minutes of time. Before you know it, a six-figure salary feels like living paycheck to paycheck today. We are breaking down the exact math behind how the average household loses thousands on daily, unsexy habits and, more importantly, the exact psychological shifts wealthy people use to build real, permanent financial freedom instead. Let's start with the single biggest wealth killer in modern society: auto loans and the illusion of driving success. According to official data from Edmunds, the average payment for a new car hit an eye-watering $772 a month. Even worse, over 20% of new car buyers now have monthly payments exceeding $1,000. Collectively, Americans now owe a staggering $1.655 trillion in auto loan debt. Think about that for a moment. That is $1,000 every single month tied up in an asset that loses up to 20% of its value the second you drive it off the dealership lot, and up to 60% over its first 5 years of ownership. You are essentially paying high interest rates to finance an asset that is actively rotting away in your driveway. Let's look at the opportunity cost. If you took that average $772 monthly payment and invested it into a simple S&P 500 index fund, yielding an historical average 8% return, in 5 years, you would have over $56,000 sitting in your investment account. In 10 years, you wouldn't just have an old, depreciated vehicle, you would have $135,000 in compound wealth. In 20 years, that single decision grows to over $450,000. In 30 years, that single car payment habit turns into a mind-blowing $1.1 million. The middle class buys expensive cars to look wealthy today, while the bank profits off their monthly interest. The rich buy cash-flowing assets first, and let those assets pay for their vehicles later in life. The second leak isn't sitting in your garage, ending up literally in your trash can. Studies show that the average family of 4 throws away approximately $1,500 worth of food every single year. That isn't food being consumed, that is hard-earned money bought at the grocery store that spoils and goes straight into the garbage bag. When you combine unused groceries with impulse food delivery apps, high delivery fees, service charges, and driver tips, the average person pays up to a 300% premium just to avoid planning ahead. You are paying premium prices for food you don't even end up eating, and extra markups for meals delivered lukewarm to your door. Taking control of your grocery and meal system isn't about eating cheap processed food, sacrificing your health, or living off instant noodles. It is about eliminating pure, unadulterated inefficiency. By simply shopping with a targeted weekly meal plan, cooking in batches, and eliminating food waste, the average family instantly unlocks $125 to $200 a month in pure, recovered cash flow. That single adjustment alone is more than enough to fully fund a $100 monthly investment habit without taking a single penny out of your current lifestyle or touching your paycheck. The final leak seems small on a Tuesday morning, but mathematically, it's devastating over a decade. Daily specialty coffee and microtransactions. A daily visit to a coffee shop currently costs between $6 and $8 for a single drink. Over the course of a single year, buying one specialty drink every workday adds up to between $1,500 and $2,000. Here is the kicker. That exact same cup of high-quality coffee costs between 25 cents and 50 cents to brew at home using premium roasted beans. You are paying a 1,500% markup for 5 minutes of retail convenience. Now, this isn't about micromanaging every single dollar, stressing over tiny expenses, or depriving yourself of life's daily pleasures. It's about recognizing the psychological gap between average consumers and long-term wealth builders. Wealthy people don't avoid enjoying life, they simply refuse to pay massive, recurring markups on basic daily habits. They automate the basics so they can invest aggressively in what actually matters. Let's do the total math on what happens when you plug all three leaks simultaneously. When you add up the inflated car loan, the wasted food, and the daily convenience markups, the average household is surrendering over $5,000 every 12 months to bad systems. If you take that total, $5,000 a year, which breaks down to roughly $416 a month, redirect it into a simple, low-cost index fund with an average 8% annual return. After 10 years, you have accumulated over $73,000. After 20 years, your compound interest explodes to over $245,000. After 30 years, those three simple, plugged leaks generate over $620,000 in pure liquid net worth. That is the true power of opportunity cost. You aren't just spending $7 on coffee or $700 on a car payment today. You are spending your future financial freedom. So how do you actually break these habits without feeling restricted? Wealthy individuals rely on systems, not willpower. Here is how you implement friction to stop impulse spending. First, implement the 72-hour rule. Whenever you are about to make a non-essential purchase over $50, whether it's a new tech gadget, clothing, or an upgraded subscription, force yourself to wait 72 hours. In 90% of cases, the initial emotional urge dies down, and you realize you didn't actually need it. Second, pay yourself first through automation. If you wait until the end of the month to invest whatever money is left over, there will never be anything left. Set up an automatic bank transfer that moves money into your brokerage account on the exact day you get paid. If the money isn't sitting in your main checking account, you won't spend it on convenience. You don't need a double income or a massive inheritance to start building real wealth today. You just need to stop the bleeding. Here is your action plan for this week. Audit your last 30 days of bank statements with a red pen and highlight every single convenience markup, delivery fee, and subscription you don't use. Automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer of just $100 on payday before you have the chance to spend it. Pick just one major leak to plug this month, whether that's cooking at home, selling an expensive car, or making your coffee. Redirecting even half of these wasted dollars into a simple, low-cost index fund is all it takes to completely rewrite your financial future and build true independence. Pick your leak today. Your future self will thank you.